Good morning, students. In my previous video, we discussed about kingdom Monera, and in this video, we are going to start with the second kingdom, the kingdom Protista. Now, kingdom Protista, the one of the most important feature of kingdom Protista is all the single-celled eukaryotes. These are included under kingdom Protista. Now, if you go for a comparison between Monera and Protista, Monera, the organisms, they were the prokaryote. And in Protista, the eukaryotic type of organisms are going to be included. And all the members of the Protista, the aquatic members, right? The aquatic members, those are going to be included in the Protista, in the water bodies. Again, if it is a eukaryotic, if it is coming under eukaryotes, then obviously it is going to have a nucleus, right? Well-defined nucleus as well as membrane-bound organelles, right? So you can remember this point with this is coming directly from the eukaryote. Another is some of the members of the family, they may have flagella, and some of the members, they may have cilia. So we can say that in Protista, both the flagella and the cilia may be present, which can help in the movement or in the engulfing of a food material. Last आता है हमारे पास, they can reproduce both sexually as well as asexually. So these were the main characteristics points of the Protista. Now Protista is divided into different groups, right? So it is divided into different groups, and the first group is chrysophytes. First is chrysophyte, second is dinoflagellate, right? Third is euglenoid, and fourth is slime molds, and the fifth is protozoans. So you can say that kingdom Protista is divided into 5 groups: chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds, and the protozoans. So we are starting with the first, that is the chrysophytes. Now chrysophytes, they are found in fresh water as well as marine water, right? They are photosynthetic, right? They undergo the process of photosynthesis and produce oxygen, right? So oxygen इतना produce करते हैं कि they contribute maximum dye. The chrysophytes के अंदर example हमारे पास आता है जैसे diatoms, right? Or the golden algae. So these are the if I am talking about the diatoms, then they follow the photosynthetic mode of nutrition. और जो ये oxygen release करते हैं, that is such a high quantity that the other marine life that which is present in that very aquatic zone, that is helpful. Another is that the freshwater, photosynthetic, and diatoms. Now this diatoms, these are now coming specifically to diatoms. The body, it is having 2 layers. The body is having the 2 layers, right? And within the 2 layers, it is having a deposition of we can say the silica. And the 2 layers, they fix into each other. जैसे सोप केस बंद होता है, राइट? द सोप केस ऐसे बंद होता है, इस तरह से ये दोनों लेयर्स आपस में फिक्स होती हैं. और बीच में क्या होता है? इफ दिस इज द आउटर लेयर, राइट, एंड दिस वन इज द इनर लेयर, इन दोनों के बीच में द डेपोजिशन ऑफ सिलिका इज देयर डायटम्स में. अब ये सिलिका जो होता है, ये बहुत हार्ड होता है, तो ये इसको एक स्ट्रेंथ प्रोवाइड करता है. तो डायटम्स में आफ्टर 1 बिलियन ऑफ इयर्स जहां ये डायटम्स प्रेजेंट होंगे, उस अर्थ को हम व्हाट वी कैन कॉल्ड दैट अर्थ हैज डायटमेशियस अर्थ, क्योंकि वहां पे सिलिका का प्रेजेंस, सिलिका बहुत ज्यादा प्रेजेंट होएगा. तो diatomaceous earth बोलते हैं उसको, due to the presence of high amount of silica. Now again this type of earth is produced. दूसरा इसमें एक important point जो आपको हमेशा याद रखना है कि they produce a very high quantity of oxygen of O2. As they are photosynthetic, so they are going to produce high amount of oxygen, right, and utilizing the sunlight and carbon dioxide and releasing CO2, जिसकी वजह से जो marine life है वो जो other water bodies, phytoplanktons and the other aquatic animals हैं उनके लिए oxygen is very helpful. So this was under the chrysophytes. So the diatoms, they are coming under chrysophytes. And the chrysophytes, what? They are fresh water. They are found in fresh water as well as in the marine, and all these are the points. Now, coming to the second type, the dinoflagellates. Dinoflagellates. I have to rub it all. Dinoflagellates. Now, this is the second group which is coming under the kingdom Protista. So, second is dinoflagellates. Again, majority of them are marine, right? They are found in marine environment, right? And second, dinoflagellates, they show the presence of certain pigments, right? अगर pigment present है, it means अलग pigment अलग तरह का color देता है. So dinoflagellates, they can be of different color: red, yellow, green, orange, brown. It means they are having a specific pigment, and that pigment is helping in providing a specific color to them. And one example of this is a red dinoflagellate, right? Red dinoflagellate, Gonyaulex, Gonyaulex, right? So this is ये इतनी जल्दी इसका जो मल्टीप्लिकेशन रेट होता है, दैट इज सो रैपिड दैट जहां पर भी ये प्रेजेंट होगा, जिस वाटर बॉडी में प्रेजेंट होगा, इट विल गिव अ रेड कलर appearance, or we can see the red tides, right? Now again coming to the cell wall. So the cell wall in case of dinoflagellates, the cell wall is having the cellulose plates. पहले हमने देखा कि जो क्राइसोफाइट्स थे उसके अंदर सिलिका, एटम्स में सिलिका का प्रेजेंट होने की वजह से वो बहुत ब्रिटल थे, वेरी स्टिफ थे, राइट? और यहाँ पर क्या है, सेलुलोज की प्लेट्स प्रेजेंट है, राइट? सेल वॉल इज हैविंग अ सेलुलोज प्लेट्स, राइट? सो द एग्जाम्पल इज the Gonyaulex, and it is a red dinoflagellates. Now coming to the mode of, again this is a photosynthetic. Photosynthetic means again it will utilize the sunlight and will utilize carbon dioxide and will give the oxygen in return. And also जब इस तरह का बहुत सारा dinoflagellate प्रेजेंट होगा तो एक टॉक्सिक रिलीज कर सकते हैं ये लोग, और these type of dinoflagellates, they may release a toxic which may be harmful for the marine life. वहां की जो marine life है उसके लिए it can be harmful. So this was the second. Now the third type is the group is under this Protista is the euglenoids, right? Euglenoids, they are mostly again found in fresh water, right? Second, the cell wall is not present, means I can say that it is absent. अगर सेल वॉल नहीं होती है तो क्या होता है, दे आर हैविंग अ सर्टेन प्रोटीन दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अ पैक्टिन प्रोटीन होता है, राइट। और ये जो पैक्टिन प्रोटीन होता है, दिस provides the flexibility to the organism, those who are coming under euglenoids. And very common example is euglena, right? Euglena. So the flexibility euglena is having is due to the presence of a protein that is called as a pectin. So outer wall, the cell wall, the rigid cell wall is not present, but instead a pectin is present, right? Then third point is, it shows the presence of flagella. Two flagella are present. One is the longer flagella, right? And another one is the shorter flagella. If a rough structure of euglena, then one flagella is going to be the longer one and another is going to be the shorter one. So there are two types of flagella in euglenoids. Other feature is that they are again what? They are photosynthetic mode of nutrition, right? So they may take sunlight and they follow the photosynthetic mode for their development. Now these was the euglenoids. One more thing under dinoflagellates, just I skipped about the flagella, is it is also having two types of flagella. So dinoflagellates is also having two types of flagella. One is the longitudinal flagella and another one is the transverse flagella. Longitudinal flagella, if this is a body, suppose, of a dinoflagellate, right? So, and it is having certain kind of, if this is a dinoflagellate, then it is having two type of flagella. One is a longitudinal one, right, which will run like this, and another is the transverse flagella, which is present between these walls. I told you that it is having a cellulose plate. So if this is a cellulose plate, then the other type of flagella is going to be present in these cellulose plate, and this is called as transverse flagella. So this was, so what did you understood? Protista is again divided into three groups. The one we discussed, chrysophytes. अंडर क्राइसोफाइट्स के अंदर डायटम्स बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. डायटम्स के बारे में आपको पता होना चाहिए. सिलिका होता है जो उसको ब्रिटल बनाता है. इवन कि उसको हम पॉलिशिंग के लिए भी यूज कर सकते हैं. इवन उसको आप फिल्ट्रेशन, सिरप्स की फिल्ट्रेशन के लिए भी यूज करते हैं क्योंकि वो इतना ब्रिटल होता है. और दूसरा है डाइनोफ्लैजिलेट्स. ये मेरीन एनवायरनमेंट में होते हैं. इनके अंदर इसका पर्टिकुलर फीचर ही यही है कि ये पिगमेंटेड होते हैं, कलर्ड होते हैं. तो रेड, येलो, ग्रीन एंड ऑरेंज कलर किस पे डिपेंड करता है कि उनके अंदर कौन सा पिगमेंट है. एक एग्जांपल है गोनियोलॉक्स. दिस इज अ रेड डाइनोफ्लैजिलेट्स. जहां पर भी ये प्रेजेंट होगा वहां का पानी आपको रेड कलर का दिखाई देगा, राइट. सो दिस इज द टाइप्स आर गोइंग टू बी कॉल्ड एज रेड टाइप्स. The cellulose plates are present and they are again photosynthetic, और high amount में अगर ये present है so they can be toxic. They can produce certain type of toxics which can be harmful to the marine life. Now third one is euglenoids. Example is euglena. They are found in fresh water. Then actual cell wall नहीं होती है. सेल वॉल की जगह पर एक पैक्टिन प्रोटीन प्रेजेंट होता है जो इस तरह के ऑर्गेनिजम्स को फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी प्रोवाइड करता है. उनके पास दो तरह की फ्लैजेला है, एक लॉन्गर एंड अनदर वन इज द शॉर्टर फ्लैजेला, and the mode of nutrition is the photosynthetic. Now we are left with the two types of groups which comes under the Protista, is the slime moulds and Protozoa.